The Seahawks are back home in Seattle enjoying a victory Monday following their 28-16 win over the Indianapolis Colts. What's going on? Jackie Montgomery with your Seahawks Daily. After reviewing the tape, Pete Carroll spoke with the media on Monday to talk about what stood out from Week 1.
I really liked the overall effort. It was a complete effort in that everybody contributed, and both sides of the ball and special teams played together well, and the complementary football was obvious. And Mike kicking the ball, backing him up all day long, and we were efficient enough to play a good, solid football game. So, and again, like I said before last night, I think because of the respect we have for that club, this was a really good, solid win.
Russell Wilson had a near-perfect passer rating after completing 18 of 23 pass attempts for 254 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. It's the 11th time in his career with 4 TDs and 0 interceptions, the most by any player in his first 10 seasons in NFL history.
No, he played terrific. Yeah, he only missed a couple things that he could have done differently, and was very efficient. It was an excellent first game.
The depth and effectiveness of the defensive line was equally impressive, with 3 sacks plus another from Carlos Dunlap on a 2-point conversion attempt and 10 quarterback hits.
Yeah, the variety of guys that contributed. It was really spread across the board. Everybody had something to contribute. I think it was interesting when Alton came in late. He had a nice contribution late too, and he just didn't get a chance to play many plays just because of the rotations. But everybody looked good, and Darryl particularly. I think he played 25 plays or somewhere right in there. He was very active and really an exciting addition. As we've been talking about, we were hoping, and it kind of showed up on game day. And again, they have a good offensive line too, and they only allowed 21 sacks all last season. So that's a really good group that they're playing with, and so it was a good effort across the board. And really, the rotation, we're not settled on how to do it yet because we had everybody contribute some.
Fourth-year player Rasheem Green played 70% of the defensive snaps, just shy of matching his career high. He had an impressive line with 4 tackles, a sack, a tackle for loss, 2 quarterback hits, and 2 passes defensed. Coach Carroll and his staff are working him into a new role on the line and thought he lived up to the challenge.
He played a lot in the preseason. We were introducing him to a new, kind of a new role, and we wanted to see how he took to it. And he was always really excited about it. We played him more on the edge and more outside, and allowed him some more freedom to use his athleticism. And we weren't sure how he would adapt to that. He's been more of a traditional 5 technique and inside a lot on his pass rushes. But because he does run really well, and he's big, long kid, and plays with really good juice, we thought maybe it would fit him, and so it has. And so at this point, and so we're really excited. I mean, he was all over the place, and that's just what he did in preseason too. So it's exactly the same guy, and that doesn't always translate like that. And so in this case, to start us off, he got off to a great one, and we're really pumped up about that.
Well, we all know the Seahawks like to run the ball. Pete Carroll was equally impressed by the Seahawks run game that finished with 140 yards against a Colts run defense that ranked 2nd in the NFL last season. He also liked what he saw from Seattle's run defense, which held Indianapolis to just 3.8 yards per carry.
I thought the running game on both sides of the ball was really good for us. And again, I go back to they had only allowed 3.7 or something a rush for the whole season last year, and we got off to 140 and over 5 yards a carry. That was a good accomplishment for us. And on the other side of it, they were a really good running team too last year. Jonathan had a big year, tons of yards after contact, and so we had a lot of respect for them and had to try to keep them in check, which I felt like we did. They picked up some yards late in the game when they ran the ball, and we were just kind of running the clock and all that. So I thought, all in all, we did a really nice job of corralling them.
Pete Carroll also gave injury updates on Monday. I suggest you check out his full press conference for more on that. The players now have Tuesday off before returning on Wednesday to start their preparation for the home opener against the Tennessee Titans.